Hey, good morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. You saw the headline, all but 7 counties under a winter weather advisory, and those counties out in the western part of the UP, and they don't consider what's coming enough for winter weather advisory. So let's get to it here and show you what's going on. So, hey, good morning, Veronica Horn. Where you see the purple, that's a winter weather advisory, all of Lower Peninsula, all of the eastern part of the UP. This is a winter storm warning, and that should show you where we could possibly have winter storm warnings at some point here in the next 12 to 24 hours, as heaviest band of snow here will move across the northern part of lower Michigan, but we have to deal with freezing rain, and that is going to be the issue with this storm system. Here's the current radar, and the storm system not really taking shape just yet. It'll be late afternoon or evening when it starts. I want to give you just an overview, okay? Oh, by the way, are your dogs outside messing around in the cold and you're just waiting for them to come back in? I know I'm going to be interrupted because Daisy, the beagle, is out there, goofing around out in the yard, but I can't get her back in until she's frozen. So here I want to give you the overall weather scenario. Here's the storm system. It's going to move across the area and bring rain into the southeast eventually tonight and snow. Hey, didn't I tell you I would be interrupted by Daisy? Hold on just a moment. I don't want her to get too cold. You know how it's pretty nasty out there. They love it, they love it, they love it, and then it's too cold for them. Yeah, come on in, Daisy. Come on. Let's go. Dogs, I tell you, sometimes aren't they just, well, a lot of times they're just about worse than kids, wouldn't you say? I think so. All right, let's get back to it here and show you what is going on as far as the weather across mid-Michigan. Yeah, dogs. And the kids are nuts about dogs. The younger couples now, wow, they have 2 and 3. I said, what are you thinking? We love our dogs, but they're crazy about them. So there's the storm system. Then here comes cold air and a classic lake effect situation setting up for Thursday night into Friday. And I want to go out a little farther just to give you the overall weather pattern. And for the first time this winter, we're seeing a well-developed Alberta clipper. What's interesting is this is the U.S. model, and it's been showing this for a couple of days now. The European model we generally regard as better has not been showing it and is now starting to show that situation. So when the European comes around to the America model, you have to think that it could possibly happen. Alrighty, so here's your radar forecast, and we'll go into this afternoon. Here's snow, here's freezing rain. Will it be okay to travel from Grand Rapids to the Detroit area tomorrow early afternoon? Probably, because we're going to get some warmer air coming in toward morning. This is the radar forecast at 6 o'clock. This is freezing rain. This is snow. So, southern lower this evening will be very treacherous. And remember, we're coming from cold temperatures, so the ground is cold, so it will take probably longer than we expect for the pavement to warm up. It'll probably take to get to 34 degrees before it really starts to warm up and melt off. Okay, so now we're into midnight tonight. Rain, freezing rain, sleet, snow. Pretty much just shows you it's an all-out mess. And then let's go to as far as we can on this one. This is 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. Notice how the warmth starts to come back north, and so southern sections could improve while the snow continues in the north. So it is a messy situation. I wanted to show you this. This is the total amount of precipitation. Okay, and someone's mentioning about a panic. No, winter weather advisory, you don't panic. This is not a panic call. Do you see I'm panicked? But what I'm saying is you will have freezing rain, not of ice storm power outage status. You're probably looking at a couple of hundredths to a tenth, maybe some spots 2/10 of an inch, and then in those spots where it's heaviest, it'll melt off during the day. So my advice to you is wait to travel till tomorrow after it melts off if you have to. Now today is okay. Right now is okay into early afternoon. This evening, overnight, very early tomorrow is when the problems are. And the farther north you go, the more it stays continuously as a problem. Okay? So, let's try to continue to explain it to you. Here's the total precipitation amount. And you're seeing a tenth, 2/10, 3/10. So, in the areas where you get some freezing rain in there, there could be a 1/10 of an inch of ice. Yeah, Brandon, Britton. You know what? Guess what? We've been nailing them, and I have to say that the last snowstorms exactly nailed. So, you know what? Get off the room, buddy, if you don't like it, you know? And why are you watching? That's the oddest thing to me, is that people that don't believe in weather forecasts still watch. If I didn't believe, I wouldn't even waste my time. Go get a job. Do something like that, you know? All right, so here we go. Total snowfall. And this has been pretty consistent. I would call it from Clare northward about a solid 4 to 7 to maybe some isolated spots 8 or 9 inches. So it's a solid snow in the northern half of Lower from around Muskegon to Clare to Tawas northward. Now this region here, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, the Thumb, this is a burst of snow that could be several inches tonight, and then it warms up some and may melt off. Southern sections, this is in the mixture this evening and tonight. 1 or 2 inches of snow with the freezing rain, with the sleet, changing to rain. So a lot of this would melt off. Someone's asking about Detroit. Okay, so what you have for Detroit is you have a mixture starting tonight and then going to rain sometime tomorrow morning, probably early in the morning, Detroit, probably 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and then improving, and then turning colder, maybe getting slick again by late afternoon tomorrow. Here are the temperatures today, and remember, we're going from cold to warm, so things have to really warm up. But as we get to tomorrow morning, 34 Saginaw, 34 Grand Rapids. So your problem is right here and northward, okay, where you never melt off. South of that, you melt off at some point and you get to Detroit and southern Michigan. You're at 35 in the morning, and you're going to 39, 37 during the afternoon, okay? So, again, the freezing line stays up here. North, you got a mess all day long tomorrow. Just flat out winter. Heavy snow, slop. Southern, a mess tonight. Dangerous. Sometime in the morning tomorrow, it gets better. So hold off your travel, it looks like, I would say, until sometime tomorrow after the ice and the mess melts off. Flight landing in Flint around 11:30 today. You're fine. Dry conditions today. Tomorrow, 11:30, you're fine because you're probably in the upper 30s. Now, other places can be impacted, so that can impact a flight. So, there you have it. I'm going to write a post so you can read what I think will happen in different zones across the area. But basically, it's the precipitation starting in most areas late afternoon or this evening. Most areas it starts as snow, sleet, freezing rain, at least several hours of that. And then in southern Lower, it changes to rain tomorrow morning. It just depends on how far south you are, how early it will change. So we'll keep you updated on that. as the day progresses, make sure you check MLive. I'll have more details on that. Just know that traveling today, okay for most part. Traveling tomorrow late morning into afternoon in the southern half of lower, okay. Northern lower, UP tomorrow, a real big mess. So there you go. Hey, we'll be wrong again like we have not been the last several storms, and we have not been on the 30-day out forecast of a weather pattern change. So you see one of those weather naysayers, you take care of them for me today, okay? You do that for me? All right, take care. I'll get off my soapbox now. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for joining me this morning. I'll keep you updated through the afternoon and evening with more details.